My name is David Francois. I'm the Director of New Media at WFTS in Tampa, Florida. That's the ABC and Scripps affiliate television station there. I've been in this position for about 3.5 years, and much like Nick, when I accepted my job, it didn't exist. Prior to me, it was the typical image you get of a webmaster who lives in the basement and drinks a lot of Mountain Dew, and he's got pale skin, and he's kind of just like not seeing the light. And with my emergence, it kind of, I lucked into it because I was in a sales job at WFTS at the time. And Scripps was starting to professionalize the position because they saw where the digital business was going. And so what my job is essentially I manage the operations of the digital platforms of my television station. That includes the website, the mobile products, iPhone applications, any further application development, social media, Facebook, you name it, I'm in charge of it. So it's pretty fun. It's a full plate, but you get your hands in everything. As far as where my background, I'm a 2003 James Madison University graduate. I'm originally from Virginia. And I graduated with a degree in political science. I had absolutely no intent of going to the media industry whatsoever. In fact, my first major was media arts and design, so I could be a sound engineer. I worked at the college radio station quite a bit, and after my first year, they axed that concentration, and I said, well, if my only choice is digital video, I don't think there's any future in that, so I'll switch to political science. And here I am. So, I think it's pretty interesting to see how fast technology and how far technology has come in the last 5 years. The rate at which it's accelerating is compressing rapidly. Advancements are happening faster and faster, and I think it's very exciting what you all are doing, and I think it's very exciting to be in this industry at this time because despite paradigms and existing norms changing, the core function of what we do isn't going anywhere. It's just something that we need to adapt to and learn more about. So.
Hi, I'm Lee Rose. I've been with Scripps almost 2 years, and I'm the corporate communications manager. And like Mizell, I tried to take every kind of course under the communication field in college. I was a journalism major, and since I was a sophomore in high school, I had wanted to be a reporter. So I worked for the campus newspaper, and actually before I did that, I got a job at the Cincinnati Enquirer, which is a daily newspaper in Cincinnati. And I did whatever they would let me do. I wrote obits, I did book reviews. And while I was working at the school paper and the Cincinnati Enquirer, I took a public relations course, and it really clicked with me. To that point, I wanted to be a metro reporter. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try and see if I like this. And so I had an internship in public relations and marketing. And then I thought, well, I also want to see what textbook publishing is about. And I quickly learned that I did not want to do that the rest of my life. So when I graduated, I had the good fortune of going to work where I had interned in public relations and marketing. And it was a generalist position, which meant that you get to do a lot of different things and not really focus on one specific area. So that was at a hospital system. And I did a lot of writing. I look back now and I think about the news releases we wrote and the reasons we wrote them and how different that is from what you do today. While I was there, I was there about 3 years and really enjoyed it. And I thought, well, I want to try something different. So I went into fundraising for a public school system. So I did fundraising and public relations there. And just as I said, I found out textbook publishing wasn't for me. I quickly learned that I am not a fundraiser. So that's one of the things I want to impart is that sometimes you find out in life what you're good at and what you enjoy, and sometimes you find out where your strengths don't lie, and that's okay. That just teaches you and helps you grow. From there, I was in banking for 5 years, so I kind of have a colorful hospital systems, education, banking. And while I started out in corporate communications, I eventually started a human resources communication group there, and that was a phenomenal experience. Spent a couple of years at a not-for-profit where we had sponsors such as Kellogg's, Walmart, Lifetime, and so I really learned a lot about those different companies. But all the while, I had always wanted to work at Scripps. I grew up in northern Kentucky, and Scripps is in Cincinnati, and they're right by each other, and I'd always just thought, wow, wouldn't it be wonderful to work there? So I've been blessed for the last 2 years to be there, and I do employee communications, media relations, I manage our employee magazine, which is online, and write speeches and a variety of other things. And I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.